Orchid. So I like Orchid. I think there's actually a real world use case here. Well, there is a real world use case here. I like a cryptocurrency that has the potential for a real world use case. However, one thing I will say, I think there is a limit to how high this can go. Part of that is based, well, I'm going to go through exactly the reasons why in this video. I'm also going to go through what needs to be done for this to blast to new highs as well. Before I get into any of that though, if you're new here and you don't know what the spreadsheet is, these are the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. In the videos, I showed myself buying up these coins. These were, coins that I expected were going to make me a lot of money. And if you'd done the same, popped $100 into each coin when I released the videos, you'd have got in at these prices. If you'd have held them for 16 months, these are the prices you'd have sold at. And these are what your profits would have been from 100 into each. If you'd have done all 26, your total profit in under a year and a half would have been 123 grand. Now, there's no market in the world that's going to give you those returns. That's a house. Now, I don't share the coins I own on YouTube anymore. I do share them on my website, which is copymycrypto.com. If you go to that site, you will see, and you were to join up today as an example, you'll see my entire portfolio. Whenever I add a new coin to my portfolio, I let my members know what coin I'm adding, the price that I'm adding it at, and the percentage of my money I'm going to put in. When I sell a coin, I also tell my members what coin I'm going to sell and at what price. This means my members get in on cryptos at the same price, get out of cryptos at the same price, so they make the exact same profit, but they don't have to do any work at all. If you go to the site, you'll see what they've made. You'll see the things I've said in the past. It's all public record, so you can verify it all. There's a reason that there are thousands of members on the site. And if you don't have your portfolio sorted, you're in the perfect time, because right now we're having a pullback. We're probably going to have that for the rest of the month and maybe a little bit of June. So now you can buy cryptos at good prices. So if you're not happy with your portfolio or you don't have one started yet, go to copymycrypto.com and just have a read through it, because it will be able to help you out. Now, Orchid. So Orchid is the OXT is the token for Orchid, and it's cryptocurrency powered VPN, virtual private network. So it was launched in 2019. It describes itself as the world's first incentivized peer-to-peer privacy network. The aim is to overcome internet freedom limitations by using crypto payments to allow anyone to purchase bandwidth from any participating provider. This is done using basically nano payments, which occur using the Orchid token. Regular payments to providers occur off-chain, allowing Orchid to avoid problems with congestion and gas fees that plague Ethereum. The service is pay-per-use, so that means that users only have to contribute when they actually connect, instead of paying monthly or annual fees. This actually makes it a better option than a number of the VPNs that are currently out there that are not cryptocurrency based. The founder is Dr. Stephen Waterhouse, who's the CEO, Jay Freeman, Brian J. Fox, and Gustav Simonson. Waterhouse is a well-known figure within crypto, having also co-founded Pantera Capital, which is responsible for investing in some of the most popular cryptos around. Freeman is the creator of Cydia, which is an alternative Apple app store for jailbroken Apple devices, and has been used by around 30 million devices. Fox is responsible for the creation of United States Bank Wells Fargo's first interactive online banking system, and Simonson is one of the Ethereum network's original core developers. A hell of a resume for that team. Waterhouse became alert to the need for VPNs after becoming a victim of a SIM swap attack and began researching VPN tech. Now, Orchid, as a concept, like I say, I really like. They use nano payments and it's pay-per-use. It's not this BS that, pay for a month and most people end up not fully using the network for a month. When you actually take a look at Etherscan, one thing that is not great is that the holders has been pretty stagnant. You can look, but over the last 2 weeks, it's not really changed dramatically. So it's not like they're having this huge rise in holders or anything. And that's relevant. You always want to check how that space is evolving. And look, the problem for Orchid as of right now is you have a ton of competition, and the competition is massive. There are VPN networks there are VPNs everywhere, and a lot of them are heavy into the marketing space. They're heavy into advertising. Hell, a lot of the VPN companies sponsor very, very significant and large YouTube channels. They are marketing and advertising on TV. They're marketing and advertising everywhere. There is a significant level of competition here. And the thing is actually Orchid should be an outstanding competitor here because the price point is so much better. The use case is so much better as well. You only pay when you use. So everything about Orchid screams that it's actually better than every competitor it's got. The problem that they've got is that they aren't marketing. Their budget is smaller than these massive companies. So marketing-wise and advertising-wise, they're going to struggle. You got to onboard new users. You know how this grows? New users. It's that simple. Orchid has a real tough job here. A really tough job. Because number one, they are not going to get a market bounce. They're on Binance, they're on Coinbase. And yes, they are a big boy in terms of who they're backed by. They're backed by Polychain, they're backed by Blockchain, they're backed by Fabric, Kinetic, Andreessen Horowitz's crypto arm. These are not small. These are not small VCs. Big VCs backing this, but their competition is enormous. And part of the excitement here was in the previous cycle when it launched was, it was different, and it was, it landed on Coinbase and it landed on Binance, and, it got listing bounces and everything else. And there was good volume being attached to it. Now the volume is not great at all. And we've seen the volume dwindling below, like $1 million sometimes. And the volume hasn't been particularly great, but it is worth noting market cap's not amazing, 92 million. So, anything north of 10, 15 million is not bad, and it's had that a few times. But the biggest job here, the single biggest job for this in terms of price appreciation is marketing. They've got to get seen. They've got to have users. They've got to show that they're better than the competitors in terms of cost. They're better than the competitors in terms of how easy the VPN is to use. They've got to literally differentiate themselves from all the competitors everywhere, and they've got to have a heavy marketing campaign. And the issue there is the cost that's required. This is not going to be cheap. I can't see a new all-time high here. A lot of the volume was when this came out, and a lot of the price points were hovering around 60 and 70 cents. I think 70 cents is really his peak in this bull cycle. However, the only way that is not going to be true is if we see a massive marketing campaign, and if they go really hard and they get new users and they get people that want to use Orchid, then there's real potential for success here and for maybe an all-time high. But as of right now, 45,000 holders of Orchid. You need Orchid to use the VPN. So not that many people are using it. So right now, the price point's probably fair. Maybe they can appreciate in terms, but is this going to be worth $1 billion if only 45,000 people are using the VPN? Probably not. They need a real surge in user base. And that's their job. Now, if they can onboard another 100,000 people, this can do something special, but they've got to go heavy into marketing, heavy into advertising, and show why they're better than everyone else. Otherwise, no all-time high is highly unlikely. I think we'll probably be seeing it at peak 70 cents. But let me know what you guys think about that in the comments down below. Do you think it can do more than what I'm suggesting? Do you think it's not even going to touch 70 cents? Where do you stand on it? And if you are an Orchid user, why do you like the VPN compared to the mainstream non-crypto competitors? Because if people are interested in using a VPN, if Orchid's amazing, share why in the comments. And guys, if you want to make the same profits as me in this bull cycle, head over to copymycrypto.com, read through the site. On there, you will see why there are thousands of members on the site. That is because they're making great money in crypto. You'll also see the successes they've had, the things I've said in the past. Everything on there is public record, so you can verify it all. Copymycrypto.com is where I dive into the markets. I share my entire portfolio. Whenever I add to it with a new coin, I tell my members what the coin is and what price I'm buying it at, so they get in on coins at the same price. Whenever I sell a coin, I let my members know what coin I'm selling and at what price, so they get out of coins at the same price. It means there is no work for the members at all. They make the exact same profit without having to do any work at all. If you go onto the site, you'll see why. You'll see how easy this is to use. If your portfolio is not sorted, now is the time to get it done, because in a month, 2 months, markets are going to start ripping again. So you've got a nice window to start buying in cryptos at better prices than they're going to be in a month. And if you go read through the whole site, you'll realize that it's a service you got to try out, guys. And that's it from me. Have a good day. Bye-bye.